New season, same old Chelsea. Last season opening day, Chelsea lost against Manchester City. Last 2 seasons opening day, Chelsea drew against Liverpool. Now this season opening day, Chelsea drew against Crystal Palace. Yes, we know say e no go be easy fixture. Yes, we know say this fixture, Crystal Palace are a very very good side. This na the same Crystal Palace wey win FA Cup. Alright, this same Crystal Palace beat Liverpool last week and won the Community Shield. So it is always going to be difficult. Also, more no forget say this is a London derby. It will be always difficult because Crystal Palace are a very good side. Defensively, they are one of the best teams in the Premier League as at last season. So this season, it's always going to be difficult. So kudos to Crystal Palace for putting a fantastic performance against Chelsea. To me, this Chelsea side today was not it at all. This was not the particular performance we were expecting. This was not the particular performance that befits this Chelsea side. Yes, we understand London derby, Crystal Palace. Yes, so many reasons. When other teams go on pre-season, Chelsea were resting due to the Club World Cup win and all of that. But that is not an excuse to start poorly. This is a very, very poor start from Chelsea. This is a very, very poor start from Maresca. And also, Maresca is looking like he doesn't have a plan B. No plan B for Maresca, because if plan A no work, that guy just looks so confused, on the touchline. We cannot start this season like this. Chelsea cannot start this season with so much complaints. And see, this was a 3-pointer for Chelsea. Chelsea were supposed to pick up maximum 3 points today, because this Crystal Palace side, despite the fact that they're a very good side, Chelsea had the quality. Chelsea had the better players to actually pick up all 3 points against Crystal Palace. Because trust me, if the attack worked today, Chelsea was supposed to score goals. Chelsea was supposed to pick up 3 points. It's not be the same Chelsea win Club World Cup, score goals for fun. Not be the same Chelsea play friendly matches. They score goals for fun. So there are goals in this team. But when a team actually keep low block, Chelsea are confused. When a team actually keep low block, Chelsea don't know what to do at that point. So it was a very disappointing game for Chelsea. Very, very disappointing game. Even for Chelsea fans, they were expecting at least a win for Chelsea. But it was a very, very difficult game. Also, let's start with the fact that Chelsea lost a very important player in defense. Kowi job not be just to defend. Kowi starts attack, Kowi start build up from the defense, and it was a very, very big loss to this Chelsea side. And also, going into the season, Chelsea must do everything possible to replace Kowi, because not having that kind of player in defense is a very, very big miss for Chelsea, and it showed today. All the build up play from defense was not connecting at all. See, in fact, this Chelsea team today was lackluster. The midfield, Caicedo, Enzo, all of them don't know it till they play. Just like say they don't add weight. It was I know it's not the first game of this season, but trust me, this is not the kind of Chelsea team we're expecting to see today. So it was a very, very difficult game. Even when the guys come from bench to effect the game, there was nothing at all to show for it. Yes, Taval, the Delap, and we were expecting goals, from the bench, because Chelsea had squad depth, Chelsea had creativity on the bench, but today's it was all quiet for them. So it was a very, very disappointing game. The first half was totally bad. Second half, I was expecting something different, but trust me, nothing actually showed from the midfield. No creativity in the midfield. Palmer was lost. Enzo was lost. No effect from the game. And Enzo Maresca was supposed to make some kind of changes to change things. It was lost for it. No plan B. Nothing. So it was a very, very disappointing game for Chelsea and for Chelsea fans. Tell me what you think about this game. Now let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Chelsea started very, very poorly. Chelsea players were underperforming today. Chelsea players were underwhelming today. See, Chelsea fans have to forget the EPL trophy for now. Let's concentrate on this team. This team has not improved in the Premier League. If we should go by this very, very first game, I see no improvement at all in this Chelsea team. There was no creativity. Palmer was nowhere to be found. Yes, he made some good moves, but it was not effective. We know how Palmer affects the game. There was no end product, nothing at all from this Chelsea side. Let's talk about the good. At least, no matter how the game goes, you must see at least one good from this game. Reece James was good today. Reece James had something to prove today. Reece James, see, we all know how good Reece James was. See, even if players also have a very bad game, you will see something good about Reece James. Defensively, Reece James was solid. I love how we control the defense. Even going forward, I love how he took the game to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, a very compact team. To break them, they're very hard. That's one thing about Crystal Palace. But that notwithstanding, Josh Ashipong was also very good today. Yes, he's a 19-year-old boy who came into the side not expecting to start. But when you have the likes of Colwill, who is out injured, Fofana, who is out injured, but Fofana is even back, but he's not yet fit. Throwing Josh Ashipong to the very first game of the season, you will expect so much pressure on him. You will expect so much eyes on him, but he still stood up to the plate. He still did well today. So kudos to Josh Ashipong. Also, Estevao that came into the second half. Yes, he didn't get goals, but you could see the attack actually changed in the second half. How we pushed, how he was trying to affect the game, his dribbles, his touches. You could see something different in the second half, unlike the first half when you have the likes of Gittins and the rest. We'll get to Gittins, but also Estevao, kudos to Estevao. Kopama didn't really affect the game, so I wouldn't mark him a pass mark. But also, let's not forget how good Josh Ashipong, Chris James, and Chalobah was pretty decent today. So kudos to Chalobah for picking up at least that clean sheet. Also for Charles Sanchez, that clean sheet was very important. Yes, Chelsea does not have a very good defense now with the loss of Colwill, but that's notwithstanding, Chelsea actually got lucky because of that free kick. We could have considered the goal, but that free kick, actually saved Chelsea, and keeping a clean sheet was actually better than even conceding one goal, because if Chelsea had considered one goal, there was no way Chelsea was coming back into this game. So that being said, Chelsea keeping a clean sheet was a very good one, but not able to score was a bad. Now let's start from there. No creativity in attack. Today's attack was gone. Today's attack was zero. There was no creativity, no end products. Nothing was actually working in attack. And some of the players that actually disappointed me today, starting from the first half, of Jamie Gittin. We had so much hope for Jamie Gittin coming into the Premier League. Yes, this is his first Premier League start. This is his very first Premier League game. He played over 100 games for Borussia Dortmund. So why can't you affect the game? Why can't you show something in this Chelsea side? Yes, you're just coming into the team, but guess what? Every game, every passes, in the first half, every touches from Jamie Gittin in the first half was very poor. Very, very poor. This was how Jadon Sancho started. At some point, he lost confidence. I just hope Jamie Gittins will not lose confidence in this Chelsea team, because this guy is a very talented player. Yes, it's just his first game, but he has to step up. He has to encourage himself. He has to take on players. He has to do what he is brought for. To say Jamie Gittins was very, very poor. He was the first to be taken out of the game. He was very, very poor today. So that was a very, very disappointing performance for Jamie Gittins. I know he needs time in the Premier League, but he needs to step up as quick as possible. Now let's talk about Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez looks like a player that has added more kilo to his body. Enzo Fernandez looks like a player that has added more weight. He wasn't affecting the game. I don't know if it was where he was played today by Enzo Maresca, pushed to the right side of the right side pocket, but it was not. He didn't affect the game at all today. Enzo Fernandez was lost in the game today. See, he was like the second player to be taken off the game. We're expecting those late runs into the box. We're expecting those creativity passes. We're expecting those long passes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing from Enzo Fernandez today. So that was a very, very disappointing performance from Enzo Fernandez today. It was very lost. Another player that we had high hopes for coming into this game was João Pedro. João Pedro scored, scored goals, in the Club World Cup. João Pedro also scored goals, in the friendly game. So what happened in this game? We're expecting goals from João Pedro, even at least one goal from João Pedro. João Pedro, I don't know, probably he was not getting the service he was supposed to get, but whenever he had those 1-2 touches, he was not able to hit targets. Chelsea had nine attempts in the first half, but trust me, nothing came out from it. It was a very disappointing performance also from João Pedro, because we were expecting something better from him, going by the reputation he already had in the Premier League. João Pedro is a very good player. Everybody know that for a fact, that he is a very good player, but that was a very disappointing performance for João Pedro. Cole Palmer, when things get bad, when things get very tight, when the going gets tough, Cole Palmer are the kind of player where we say he go affect the game. Cole Palmer are the kind of player where we say he must get those penetrating passes. Cole Palmer are the kind of player where we say he must show something different in the game. But today Cole Palmer was also lost. Maybe it was due to the fact that the whole team was bad today. Maybe it was due to the fact that there was nothing coming out from these players today in terms of moving the ball quickly, in terms of affecting the game. The passes and the rest. Kopama was as well poor today. It was a bad performance from him as well. Now, to the ugly part of today's game, there was no creativity. And that has to do with Palmer, Enzo, and the players that are in attack. The João Pedros, the Jamie Gittins. There was no creativity. Today's creativity was bad. How do you break low blocks without being creative? How do you break low blocks without playing those penetrating passes to break the defense? It is not possible. How do you break low ball without taking shots from outside the box? It is not possible. You cannot always break them with those passes. Sometimes take a shot from outside the box. It might get deflected. You might get lucky at that point and it might become a goal. So something has to really change in the Chelsea's attack, because today creativity was very poor. This is one of the reasons Chelsea was not able to to get a goal today. And also the set piece was not effective. All our set piece was near post, corners was near post. Chelsea had quite some few set piece today, the corner kicks, but none was able to be converted into goals. So that was a very, very ugly sight today. Underwhelming performance from every player in the team today. Very, very underwhelming performance. I didn't expect this kind of performance. Yes, Crystal Palace kept a low block, but this was not the expectation of today's game. It was very, very poor from every Chelsea's player, going into today's game. Chelsea could not break a low block. Chelsea deserved to win today's game. Chelsea had to win today's game. Chelsea had to start this season with a 3 points. Chelsea must at least start this season with a win, even playing at home. So it was a very, very disappointing one. And to round it up, Enzo Maresca, in as much as blame has to go to the players, some blame also has to go to the coach. Because coming into this game, you know that Crystal Palace has a very good defense. You should have a plan B. At this point, there was no plan B for Enzo Maresca. And that was very, very bad, from Enzo Maresca point of view. Because when the going gets to, what happens when Delap was coming into the game? A cross is going to be coming from the wings. Chelsea should see something different going into the game when bringing on these players. Well, it was just same thing from the beginning of the game and same thing to the end of the game. When the going gets tough, Enzo Maresca lacked today. Enzo Maresca lacked that creativity. Today, Enzo Maresca lacked that IQ to change the game, and he was very, very poor, for today's game. So tell me what you think concerning the game today. Tell me what you think concerning the draw, Chelsea draw. Do you think this was a good result? Which obviously to me it wasn't. But do you think who really impressed you today, despite how bad the team played today? Tell me what you think about this game. Tell me what you think about Jamie Gittins. Tell me what you think about Estaval. Tell me what you think about Delap and João Pedro. That's our debutants for today. Tell me what you think about the game generally. Share your thoughts in the comment. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.